Design number 3 is all about sleep. This one, I actually have another video you can check out, which is setting your bedroom up for sleep with a blog post. If this is really an issue for you, then definitely go and check that out too. This just simply, the main themes of this bedroom are to keep everything light and airy. I would start with clearing out as much as you can and focus a lot on the layout. So go back and look at what I've written about that, looking at the command position, looking at are there blocks in the bedroom? Is there a lot of clutter? Start there. Then really start to peel away any darkness there. So heavy, dark, weighty things, artwork that is, quite loud and heavy over your head. You want to shift all that to making it focused on, peace and tranquility. If you feel that you do need some grounding in it, and that you maybe have a little more anxiety, you can look at the next design on grounding and incorporate a few elements there with the rug. It's a little tip. But overall, I like to keep the walls light in this. Overall, I like to keep the walls light in every bedroom, if you haven't noticed. I mean, except for one that we are going to go on. We'll move on to the next two. But really, I like to keep the walls light and neutral. You can add in a focal wall of color if you like. But overall, keeping it light, airy. In this bedroom, you're going to see that there's the metal element that I've used for the most part. And really that is about this idea of making space and clearing. So there's this, yes, it is a yang element, but it is clean and without disruption, and it speaks to the heavens. There is that element of metal being connected to a higher resonance. So, go through the guide, look through it, do some of the basic things here, but really, again, go back and focus on layout. Moving on to the next design. The fourth design is all about grounding, feeling nurtured, feeling solid, feeling secure. The main element here bringing in is the earth element. The things you need to remember and know about this design is there are components and ways to bring in the earth element without having to make it really, really dark. Yes, I am giving you the option that you can go with a mid-tone brown, stay away from the grays, a mid-tone brown that's warm, on a focal wall, if you like, to give you that sense of the mountain behind the bed as well. To give you that grounding. The other thing I would recommend is to have a nice solid headboard to have that foundation behind your head. So again, you're mimicking the mountain behind you, and the mountain is all about that yang earth, that big earth. And then having a square rug. Now, yes, the rugs and all the color tones have that earthy quality. So the earth element is earth tones, but it's also yellows as well. Here I've chosen to use earth tones, and it's in the rug, and that rug is actually square. So, and the shape of earth is square, which gives you that security, that foundation, solid foundation is that is the shape that represents the element, which is square. So using the square rug, yes, you can use a rectangle, but I really like the idea of using a nice square rug in this one. A little tip here, one thing to look out for is, yes, I am bringing in the water element, which I don't usually bring into a bedroom because it does tend to disrupt sleep, and it can bring in other emotions that are really not what you want when you're trying to relax. But I've brought it in here specifically in small ways, just in dark blue here and there, little hits. And that is really to balance out the earth, because sometimes when we go and we do a design, we tend to sort of go all full bore and we really go right into it. It can actually be a little bit much, and you just want to make sure you balance it out, because too much earth can really actually lead you to being a little stuck. So you want to make sure that you just have that little bit of water is a nice one. The other one you can bring in is wood, so you could bring in some plants. And the way that the water works is actually earth controls water, but in doing that, it'll actually, tire itself out a little bit. So it's got to work a bit. So there's that in it. And wood actually controls the earth. So by bringing in a plant, you would actually, contain it a little bit more. So the roots of the plant, take out the nutrients, just to give you a visual. So that is the fourth design. And let's move on to the last and fifth. And last but not least, the fifth design, which is all about harmony. They all are, but this one specifically is about using all 5 elements. And it is a bedroom that is, if you have, let's say you don't really have something specific you want to work on, but you do want to change your bedroom and you want to use Feng Shui principles, this bedroom is just showing you how you can do it by bringing in a little bit of each of the elements. Now, some elements are better in bedrooms than others, so there's more of some than others, but it will give you that sense. And overall, I really wanted this bedroom to feel and have the energy and the clearing and cleansing energy of a summer day and a sunny, bright sun coming in and clearing out all the energy. The yellow in it is earth, the white in it is metal. There's, the shapes and the textures in it all work to bring, different elements in each. Again, I like to keep bedrooms light and airy for sleep. There's a couple principles you want to remember. I think we all want more sleep. I think we all want to sleep well, even if it's something that doesn't come up for us all the time. So I do like to bring that into all of the designs. So that is an overview of all 5 of the elemental designs that I've created in my free Feng Shui bedroom guide. Again, I recommend that you download it. I'm going to touch on and go through next just some of the worksheets you can use and how you can get started, just to sort of review and go over that. Well, you are ready to get started redesigning your bedroom. Why don't you go ahead and download that guide if you haven't already, because you're going to need that. It gives you a lot more details that I didn't touch on in this video. Also, there's worksheets in there. There is a template that you can use. There's a shopping list, so definitely check that out. And one thing I really do want you to remember in this whole process and looking at this video and reading the guide is that at the end of the day, the most powerful thing you can do to change the energy in your bedroom is to use your own creativity, your own action, and your own will. By being deliberate about this, by being committed and being passionate about it, and making these changes your own and making this design your own, that is so powerful. And no thing I can tell you or no thing I could do could ever beat that. So remember, really make this your own and be creative. And I encourage you, and really please do, join my Facebook group. I have a closed Facebook group and it's called Your Feng Shui Journey. The link is in the description of this video as well. So be sure to join and share your stories. Happy designing.